A stunning new poll has Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in a three-way race against Donald Trump and Joe Biden, polling 22%. It's a good poll, but it's only one poll, and it's also a year before the election. So with those caveats in mind, this is an extraordinary situation. Let's take a look at the poll. Quinnipiac University did something interesting. They did a three-way poll, Biden, Trump, RFK Jr., and they did a four-way poll, Biden, Trump, RFK Jr., Cornell West. Let's take a look at the numbers. When it's just Biden versus Trump, that's actually the bottom one here, and hopefully this will be clear. When it's Biden versus Trump, Quinnipiac poll, 1,600 registered voters, it's Biden +1. Biden 47, Trump 46. But of course, that leaves 7% of the electorate out of that, doesn't yet know what they're going to do. When you add Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Joe Biden's lead grows from 1 to 3, 39-36, with Kennedy coming in at 22%, taking a little more support from Trump than he takes from Joe Biden. And then when you make it a four-way race with Cornell West, what you see is Biden and Trump back to a 1-point difference, Biden +1. Kennedy drops from 22 to 19, and Cornell West gets 6%. Now, if I were a betting man, and you know that I'm not, if I were a betting man, I would bet if West and Kennedy stay on the ballot until November of 2024, I bet Kennedy doesn't get 22 nor 19%, and I bet Cornell West doesn't get 6% either. That's just how I would bet if I were a betting man, which I'm not. But the most important takeaway here, is that what initially was an RFK Jr. primary challenge to Joe Biden that was welcomed by Republicans because they expected that it would hurt Joe Biden more than Donald Trump, has done a 180. Notice that since Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said, I'm no longer running as a Democrat, I'm now running as an independent. He was on Fox News with Sean Hannity, where Sean Hannity did a hit job. And then Fox News barely ever talks about RFK. I don't think he's been on for another interview. Why? Because Republicans, Fox News, the machine of the Republican Party now recognize he's going to take more votes from Trump than he is from Biden. And if Robert F. Kennedy stays in this race from now until November, I believe that if he takes more votes from anybody, it will be from the Republican nominee. The ceiling is there with the Democratic voters. If anybody was interested in what was being offered by RFK Jr. when he ran as a Democrat, they would have already said, I'm voting for RFK instead of Biden. Now he's not even running as a Democrat. On the other hand, Republican voters, seeing a beleaguered Trump, maybe they wanted Pence and Pence drops out, for example, which is what happened. A lot of that Pence support might say, I don't really want to go to Trump by default, but hey, look, RFK's anti-vax and he says other crazy things I like. Maybe I'll go to RFK Jr. So I believe that RFK has hit his ceiling when it comes to Democratic voters. I don't believe he has hit it when it comes to Republican voters. This is very bad for Republicans. Now, one other interesting thing here. There's a Politico article that I recommend to you. It's from yesterday, and it's called RFK Jr.'s Donor Data Reveals His 2024 Threat. The whole article is worth reading, but there's one particular paragraph, which is as follows. Though both parties insist Kennedy will be a non-factor, there is clear anxiety about his potential impact, especially among Republicans. An analysis of Kennedy's campaign donations shows why. His large dollar donor base has a clear Republican lean that fits within limited polling, suggesting Kennedy might draw more support from Republican-leaning voters. They are now running scared. What was all fun and games, yeah, RFK, they should let him debate, and the DNC's not running a primary. It was all fun and games until RFK said, hey, you know what? Instead of running as a Democrat, I'm going to run as an independent. And certainly part of that decision was informed by seeing these numbers and knowing these numbers and realizing, you know, I may be limiting myself by running as a Democrat because there are Republicans who might like my message, but would not consider voting for a Democrat. So this is potentially significantly problematic for Republicans. We're going to continue following the polling. What's clear right now is even though it's limited polling and it's early polling, it all points the same direction, which is Kennedy third party is worse for the Republican candidate than it is for the Democratic one. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. We are now just about 30,000 subscribers shy of 2 million. It's happening faster than anybody could have ever dreamed. We did everything wrong, and we're somehow still getting close to 2 million subscribers. We'll take a quick break and be right back. One of our sponsors today is Zippix Nicotine Toothpicks. Zippix brings you a convenient alternative to smoking and vaping and the vape clouds, the ashtrays, the thing in your lip that people can see. I've seen that around. This is an easier and less messy way to curb the cravings, and you can use Zippix just about anywhere. Zippix is available in 6 flavors with 2 or 3 milligram strength. The nicotine and the flavor are long lasting, and Zippix has helped countless people kick the bad habits, and they are bad habits. Zippix toothpicks are FDA registered. Their customer service is second to none. It is one of the most cost-effective alternatives. Also, check out their B12 and caffeine toothpicks. See for yourself why so many people have switched to Zippix toothpicks. You can only get Zippix online. Quitting has never been easier with Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Go to zippix.com, get 10% off with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. The link is down below.